Good morning. Every morning I get up and make art before I go to work in some capacity. It's 6:30 in the morning right now. I have my iPad. I have my Red Bull. Very important part of the process. Very important part of the process. Yeah. I'm kind of feeling, I keep calling it an art block, but honestly what it is that I need to just work on the shit I already got in progress. I'm not having an art block. I'm having Emmanuel feels like they need to make more shit instead of finishing shit in order to keep people interested. Block. Anyways, so I am going to do a thumbnail for yesterday's video because when I tell you never in my wildest fucking dreams did I ever imagine it would be so damn difficult to get that video up. I thought it was going to be super easy peasy. All I have to do is just make a 30-minute video and I'll just post it and then we'll be done. No, because I filmed the video in chunks and this is my reminder that I am not good at multitasking. I'm not good at drawing, talking at the same time. Excuse me. I had to film in chunks, and so I had no choice but to edit so that I would have, one file to, to add. And then I was like, oh, it should be easy. I can yap for 30 minutes. I'm always yapping, so that shouldn't be too difficult. And then because of the fact that everything was in different chunks, I miscalculated how much I had. So it was like, oh man, I'm having a harder time than I thought getting to 30 minutes worth of content. My God. So then I'm struggling, fighting to try to make sure that I can get to 30 minutes, finish the shit. I'm at 45. Very annoying. We already have Final Cut, so I got that out. I'm trying to remind myself how to use it. I'm editing. Then begins hell. Then begins hell. Because I tried exporting it, and because it would be such a big file, I was like, oh, I'll export it to iCloud. And for some reason, doing that, I literally watch, if you have, I don't know, if you try to put something on your iCloud and you have multiple Apple devices, then you can, even if you're doing it on the same device, you can watch it loading in the iCloud. So I see the file. I see it says waiting for update. I'm looking at it. And after waiting, it just disappears. This is after, by the way, the first time when I tried to do the wrong kind of file. I try to upload it on YouTube and it's not a supported file. So then I try again. Ben helps me out. We wait. I'm watching. I know it's uploading into the iCloud, and it just disappears. At the point that it's done uploading, it literally disappears. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it just Safe's in a weird spot because it's a different type of file. I usually don't save MP4s, so when I try to find it, I'm hunting for it, I'm searching, I'm checking in different folders, I'm typing in the search bar. It is as if I never fucking downloaded it at all. It's literally as if it never happened. And then I try again, same exact issue, all over again. And then I finally get it, but then it has to process. So it's uploaded, but it still has to process, and I have to wait for that. And I mean, I was up until midnight doing something that was, I thought I would be done with in like an hour, maybe hour and a half. Realistically, because I had so much more footage than I realized I had, at least an hour and a half, 2 hours would have been more realistic. I started a little after 8 editing, and I didn't go to sleep until almost midnight. It was extremely frustrating, and yeah, here I am, back again. She's back to a motherfucking friend because I'm a glutton for punishment. Well, whatever. I'm gonna have a little fun editing this thingy, because this is something I genuinely enjoy doing, and doing it in a similar way that I edit pictures for my newsletter, which I edited out the whole chunk of me talking about the newsletter in the video, because I had so much footage, which thank God, because it took me a gazillion years to download. But I have a newsletter called Germinate, and it is my brainchild where I can talk about my creative process and my struggles in my life, and how all those things connect to each other, and I can do so without having to be censored and without having to compete on an algorithm. And it can be long form, and it can be whatever I want it to be. So I have a newsletter. I try to put it out every month. I missed a couple of months because I was like, oh, I'm having a hard time coming up with what to write about. And then because I write essays in the newsletter, it's not just visual or like, you know, brief little blurbs here and there. I write fairly long form essays, long form in comparison to a blurb. Anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I said I was having a hard time figuring out what to write about, and then I finally started after months, and I decided to write about what I was struggling with creatively, and how that was making it hard to make content, because I felt like I didn't have anything to make content about. So I made content and I don't have shit to make content about. Essentially, the floodgates open, and it's the longest newsletter I've ever done. If you want to sign up for it, the link will be in the description. It is very visually pleasing. I'm using Procreate, by the way, if you were wondering, to edit my thumbnail. It's going to be Procreate. It'll be very cute, 2D, and bright and colorful, because that's my jam. And you can see evidence of that on my website. That's how I distribute my newsletter. And I'll also put the link in the description where you can buy prints. Yay! Buy art from real artists who are humans, who are making things with their humans' bodies, brains, and hands. Yay! Especially when they're black and queer and disabled and broke. Yay! I'm trying not to be loud because it is early. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass last night. I genuinely was like, is this a sign that I'm not supposed to do this? Is this a sign? But I'm in too deep, and I've already put in all this effort. Perhaps there is an easier way. So I'll try again the next day. And so here I am, trying again the next day. I'm not wearing my ceremonial headphones because usually in the morning, at night, I wear these like headband things. Listen, this is the shit right here. This is my shit. They're also Bluetooth headphones, but it's a headband, so I can sleep in it. And when I tell you this shit puts me right the fuck to sleep, it's perfect. It's so perfect. I love it so much. And so when I wake up, I usually just keep them on for a while. They have really good battery life. So that is why I'm not wearing my ceremonial purple headphones. If I finish this fast enough, I'm going to switch to working on some existing projects I have going on. I have several series I'm working on. I'm crocheting a cocoon. It's a long story. I'll get to it. I'll explain. But I'm crocheting a giant wearable cocoon. I call it a cocoon, but it's because I don't know what else to call it, honestly. It is it doesn't come around my feet like it's not a sack. Like I don't, how do I describe this? It flows around my feet more like a dress than a cocoon, but I call it a cocoon because of the fact that it covers from the top of my head all the way down. There's no sleeves, there's no space for limbs, there's no neck hole. It literally comes over my face, all my body, just like a sack. Even though I just said it's not. I'll insert a picture, maybe, so that you can see what the fuck I'm talking about. 13 minutes, not too fucking bad. I've been talking for that's half the video. Damn near. You hate that. It's cute. I like it. Now I'm going to make it the thumbnail, and then I'm not sure. There's so many things I can do because there's so many things I have in progress right now. I could have a series on codependency. I have my Pleasure for the Saints series, which is about me reckoning with the complications and complicated feelings I have about my body because of my fibroids, mixed with its effect on my adult time. And my feelings about adult time and how I'm perceived and blah 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 blah. Also coming from purity culture. So there's that series. And then I'm still working on the cocoon, and I also have pieces that I'm doing that are of me wearing the cocoon. The opportunities are endless. Let me add this thumbnail. I think I have to do it on top. I think I do. I tried to see if I could do it through the app and it's not giving. So, step number 1. Yeah. Step number 1 is to airdrop. I already forgot. Oh my god, I was staring into space just now. I almost forgot what I was doing. I literally just saw it, but now I can't find the file. It's because I didn't name it. Here it is. I don't like the orange. I mean, there's a cap. There's a gap. I'm already annoyed. It's okay. First, I need to find I should have thought about that, but I'm tired still. Okay, the ratio for YouTube thumbnails is 1280 by 720. So crop and resize. Oh, so tiny, teeny tiny. Should I just let it be? Let me not like it? Is it that deep? I don't. This is why doing something like this is so hard, because I'm so particular. I don't want these black bars on the side. I don't want it. I don't want it. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to look at the camera. I don't want it. Okay. Got it. I know what to do. Combine down. Because what happened was my file is also kind of big. In comparison to the ratio suggestion, I'm shrinking the whole thing down so that it will be small enough to still be there when I crop it. 1280, yeah, 1280, 720. Now I'm going to no, that's not working. Okay, hold on. I can do this. I'm doing a really bad job at yapping while I do stuff. Yo, there's a creator, YouTube creator, I Am a Wonder, I think is what her YouTube is. The other day I saw she was live for like almost 6 hours, and she talks and paints and draws, and I'm just moving stuff around, and I'm like, y'all gotta wait. This is gonna be ass, but she said let it be ass, basically, so I'm gonna let it be ass. First of all, I'm gonna name it to make it easier to find. Better, very cute, very, 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 yeah, so much better. I don't know what it is, but so the way the orientation initially was had the black bars filling in the space at the sides because the ratio of the thumbnail was too narrow. Yuck. I didn't like it. I hated it, actually. Obviously, you watched me. So I fixed it, and now it's cute. Save. Period. Okay. Honestly, doing YouTube itself feels so cringe. Just doing YouTube feels cringe. I have to like, I'm like, what's the point of doing this if I'm not gonna tell people I'm doing it? Which made me like, hey everybody, I'm posting a video, watch my video. I don't know why, it feels so cringe. I share my work all the time. But now for some reason it feels like, but again, I ain't no stranger to cringe, so it is what it is. Why does this beep? Why? Okay. So now I have another technically 30 minutes, but I usually end up going over that time because I get in deep to work on something else. I usually stop by 8. Or I have an alarm that says I'm supposed to stop by 8, but do I listen? If you guessed no, you would be correct. Usually, lately, especially within the last couple of, I would say the last 2 months maybe, I just keep going until like 8:45 and then I rush. It's good. I will say I am concerned about the amount of files that I have. I got this iPad not realizing how much space I was going to use up, and I see me not having room on it in my future to function, because it just stops functioning. It just stops. So I do have some of this shit in other places, so it doesn't have to be here. I have this in other place too. Delete. I'm gonna back this up in my, what do you call it? iCloud. Hello? I don't know why I want to save. Actually, no, that's stupid. I don't need to save the Procreate file. Whatever, it's already doing it. I have well over 30 minutes of footage technically, which I said today I wasn't going to do, but I wasn't expecting to spend so much time silent, and I just know I'm not gonna leave it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to post a video that has that much time of me just silent and the visuals aren't interesting, which again, she literally said I just gave like 25% consistently. And now I'm like editing in my head. Maybe I'll learn, I don't know. Maybe I'll learn to, hold some shit loosely. Maybe that's the point of this whole process, to not let it be that deep, like for once. It pains me to think about. Hey, I'm going to try to use CapCut to edit, or to export. I just realized that they're probably gonna have a watermark since I don't have Pro. I bet money, since I don't have Pro, there's gonna be a fucking watermark. And it disturbs my soul. I hope not, but my hopes are not high. I think what is calling to me, I also have a bunch of pictures of me. So a few weeks ago, months ago, I don't even know, time is a construct, but a while ago, I got the idea randomly one morning. I said, Self, what if you put gold highlight all over your face and took pictures topless in the backyard? So I did. And the pictures came out fire. It cool as a fuck. Me and the sun was just locked in. It was great. Literally, I had like maybe 30 minutes to get this shit done. Sudden idea, and I just couldn't let it go. And so I ran on my face, ran to the bathroom. I ran to outside, stood in the backyard, making sure that the sun was hitting me. Well, in my hand. Literally, that's it. Still sawdust from sanding. No tripod. No nice camera. Just a girl in a dream. And I ate bad. I still need to put those pictures on my website. Not the pictures, the pieces I've completed from those pictures. One thing about that, those works that I started doing with the photography is if you look at my work, I most recently started like doing a lot of experimental photography. So I'll do photography and then edit the fuck out of it in Photoshop and turn it into a digital piece in Procreate. And I usually edit it and turn myself to a color that doesn't exist in nature. I can't leave myself brown for shit until this one piece. I'm gonna show you, but I have to crop the bottom a little bit so that you can't see my areola. There we go. Yeah. I'm so proud of this piece. It's nuts. I can't believe I made that. Oh. I look like a blessing. I look like I'm not of this world. I look like manna from heaven, bitch. I look, oh my God. I love my work so much. It's quick because I ran out of storage space. People be talking about how they don't like their work and how that's a canon event for an artist, and to a certain degree I understand. And there are moments where I'm having a hard day and I'm like, have you ever drawn before in your life, bitch? What the fuck is that? Hello, or whatever. But hating my work, I would hold a boombox in the rain outside for my shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I love my shit bad. I did a pretty good job of doing that quickly. Hopefully this can amount to 30 minutes. We'll see how I do. And I managed to film it in the morning. Bye.